Hi, it's Mel again, and it's Monday the 8th of April. It's day 6 of my diet and nutrition myth busting, and today I want to talk about the elephant in the room. I want to talk about fat, okay? Now, fat is a bad word in our society, and that's because we live in a society that is driven by diet culture. Diet culture that says if we are to be accepted and to feel worthy, to be healthy and to be beautiful, we need to be thin. So therefore fat has this negative, sort of ugly, offensive connotation that if you are fat, you can't control what you eat, you're lazy, you're greedy, you are unattractive, you're not worthy. And that, do you know what? It makes me so angry, And what we need to try and do, and I know it can feel really awkward, is to move away from using fat as a label and to start to talk more about fat, because you know what? It is just a tissue. Now, as a physiologist, I look at the description of fat, which is basically a loose type of connective tissue made up of adipocytes. So they are the fat cells. So adipocytes accumulate together to make adipose tissue. And this fat tissue, it helps keeps us warm, we use it for energy, it protects our organs, it makes up our nerves and our body cells, it enables us to produce hormones and chemicals that regulate our whole metabolism. It's really clever stuff. Now, when we make fat cells, we will ultimately have a finite number. So a bit like our height and our growth and development, it will stop somewhere between the age of 16 and 19, okay? So we aren't necessarily born with a set number of fat cells. We will continue to grow and develop. And at one point when we reach adulthood, basically, we'll be set with that number. We can't change that unless we go and have liposuction, okay? That fat cell number is set, but those fat cells can shrink and they can grow infinitely. So how we deposit fat on our body will determine our level of fatness. Now, what we have to recognise, I guess, is that fatness is a form of body diversity that should be respected in exactly the same way as sexual preference and as race. And if we can start to become a little bit more familiar with using the word fat, so I talk about people who are fat, I talk about people in fatter bodies, you get used to it, you're using it more of a description rather than a label, okay? So if we can try and avoid saying things like, even to ourselves, I feel fat in this, that person looks fat in that particular piece of clothing. Or when we say to somebody, oh, have you lost weight? You look amazing. Without realising we are fat shaming them because we're saying before you lost weight, you didn't look amazing. So no, fat is not a bad word, but the more we talk about it, the more we can feel more comfortable with it and use it as part of our everyday language. Okay, thanks guys, I'm going to see you tomorrow.